Starports are a great way to add fishing rod holders and other accessories to your kayak because you can mount a few of them around the kayak and then move your accessories to where you need them. So let's have a look at how to flush mount a starport on a plastic kayak. Now the first thing is you can mount these things as a surface mount, which just involves drilling a couple of holes for the bolts, pushing the bolts through the holes and screwing them down onto the kayak. But I like mine flush mounted because they create less of a hazard for lines to get caught on. What I'm going to do to start with is just take the rubber gasket from the starport and lay it on the kayak where I want the starport to be. And with a Sharpie, I'm just going to draw the location of the holes. Next, I'm going to take a battery drill with a twist bit. And I'm just going to drill the two holes for the bolts like so. Now I want these to be sized so that the bolts actually cut a thread on their way through. So they're a nice snug fit. Now next I'm using a Forstner bit to cut a hole. Now you could use a hole saw for this, or you can drill a hole and then open it up with a rasp, and that's what I'm going to do here. You want this to be a snug fit on your starport because you want enough plastic between that hole and the bolt holes to give strength, and you don't want too much of a gap there for water to get into. We're going to waterproof it, but the less gap you've got the better. So as you can see, I'm using a rotary rasp on my drill to open that hole up so it's just a nice snug fit. You can use a hand rasp and do the same thing, or if you use a 32mm diameter paddle bit, you won't have to do this at all. You'll have the right size hole right from the get-go. So once I'm happy with the hole that I've drilled for the starport, I'm just going to work a little bit of Selleys All Clear around the hole. Now, not many products will actually stick to a polyethylene kayak, so Selleys All Clear is one of the ones that does, and that's one I recommend you use. So I'm just going to work a bit around that, around the screw holes, so that when I install the starport, there's plenty of barrier there to water getting in. Now don't forget when you install the starport to put the rubber gasket in there as well, and do it in a way that the rubber gasket is not twisted. Okay, if you put that in upside down, you've got to twist that rubber cap that goes in the starport to put it in place. Now as you can see, the holes are sized so that the bolts don't push through, they actually have to be screwed in. That just gives a little bit of extra strength. So I'm just going to screw those in quickly, and that'll hold the starport down, and it'll get a nice seal with the all clear underneath, the silicone underneath. You can see a little bit of that squeezing out under the starport there. And that's all there is to it. All I need to do now is put some washers and some nuts on the underside, and that'll lock it in place. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to put a little bit of all clear on the washers and on the nuts to stop them from coming loose. Bye for now.